Hello YouTube, hope you're doing fantastic. And today I will take you on the path of the blind monk. I have seen that Lee Sin, one of the most beautiful and fun champions to play, has S+ tier on Challenger, doing totally fine with a 52% win rate. And also in Grandmaster, Lee Sin has a 51% win rate, S tier, high pick rate, decent ban rate, a total fine champion. But that's not it, because for some reason, on every single elo we go, he's D tier in bronze, D tier in platinum, D tier in diamond, D tier in emerald. He's Z tier here with 49% win rate, in master tier, D tier. And I'm actually very sad seeing this, because of course Lee Sin is a very mechanical champion, and that is the cause for that. Because people say, yeah, because if I play Lee Sin in gold, he's so hard to play and pull off. It's really hard and you can misplay it in so many different ways. Wrong! I actually totally disagree, because I think mechanics are not based on only the champion's kit. That is based on champion mastery, which is totally fine. But mechanics are also the decision of the fight itself, how slow and patient you're playing it. Macro is if you're going for the fight or doing something else. Mechanics is the fight itself, how smooth you are reaction-wise and gameplay-wise. But it is also during the fight, if you're gonna do a disengage, if you play it slow, if you wait using your ult, this is also mechanical. And I think that is something which especially the lower elos, from gold to, I would say, let's say from bronze to diamond, because even there I think that's a big problem, is the only thing they should be improving on Lee Sin, and then this champion would be totally fine. You can pick him up and you have a great time. What does that mean? That means that I will have an example here for you guys, okay? What does that mean? That means that most of the time a Lee Sin player engages, pulls out of his damage, then it's slightly enough or not, and that's the outcome, which is usually not the most optimal. And a Challenger Lee Sin, I have played against a lot of Challenger Lee Sin players, do it a little bit different. Let's say there's a, what do we have here? Let's say there's a groupies fight, okay, a groupies fight. And the top laner is coming closer here. Let me take, here's the fight. The enemy jungler is doing groupies. We are the red team right now, okay? So they're doing the groupies right now. And we are the Lee Sin. The mid laner's poking a little bit, top laner's just seeing if there's an engage. It doesn't matter the champions, but there's some groupies. In lower elo, a Lee Sin is ward jumping in, QQ, E, auto attack, they are killing the Lee Sin, the mid laner kills them, top laner might kill them, there's a fight, there's an outcome. And that is exactly not the mechanical right way to play it. Okay, in a lot of situations. I think it's very theoretically right now. I will go in a practical game right afterwards showing how you should play these fights. But this is exactly what I mean, where you can improve on. Most of the times, a Challenger Lee Sin player, let's take Boxer, let's take Marcoon, all very, very good Lee Sin players, right? They are playing it slower. That means they walk in, the grubbies are not the main priority. Like most people think, I need to get the grubbies, so we fight for the grubbies. You're not really fighting only for the grubbies. You're fighting mainly for the pressure on that area, on the gold you're receiving, and for the kills, and also of not dying. That is more important than grubbies in most situations for the jungle. So what you should be doing is saving your ult, not immediately engaging, just pressing Q, waiting for the mid laner to poke a little bit, maybe top laner fights and engage before. You're gonna save your ult, maybe the mid laner, let's say a Vex, found an engage, and you W the Vex, auto attack E, Q, you use your abilities, and then you kite outwards again, wait for the next rotation with Q and E, you save your ult because maybe you need to kick an enemy jungler away, and you play in a way where the odds of you dying is very low. The odds of you dying is very low. And at the same time, there's a high chance that you can get a good outcome of. Because keep in mind, Lee Sin has a strength, a very unique strength that other junglers don't have. He has a 100% point and click at minimum stun with at a minimum of 50% full HP burst. Think about it. The moment someone comes close and you do the combo, Alt QQ E auto attack, that's 50%, and it's a 100% point and click CC combo without any counterplay, okay? So don't just use it right away and then enemies can play around it. You save it for the right moment while protecting your team and not playing so selfishness. I'm gonna show into a game how you're gonna play it in a second. Now, I also check here the builds. I would also recommend you, if you're gonna check the builds, I use UGG, I use LoL Analytics here, and like you can see, his pick rate also is on every single elo pretty high, and his overall win rate, the higher elo we go, the higher it actually is. It should be potentially. Okay, so the core with Lee Sin item build is this. Does it make sense? It makes total sense. Let's also check if it's the best. They always go Eclipse. Here they go something else. Win rate wise, 33,000 games for all elos. Let's check if there's something better. 55%, 50, 54. Okay, this is probably the highest win rate is Eclipse into Sandra Sky into Steel Cap's finish or Merc's finish. I personally think it is probably smart to finish the secondary item, especially when you have inspiration boots, before finishing your boots on this in, because Eclipse is a decent spike, especially if you're snowballing, but Eclipse and Sandra Sky in combination is not only enough to do the 50% burst, but in a lot of situations enough to do a 100% burst, and it's really hard for the enemies to kill you, especially playing slow. Sandra Sky procs multiple times, Eclipse shield multiple times, playing the fight slow. Like, even his item build is playing in a way where you want to have long extended fights, where you can always dip in the fight a little bit and then disengage. And that's exactly what I'm trying to show here, and exactly what I'm trying to show in a game. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go into a game. I'm going to be playing and giving you all the thoughts. I'm permanently, throughout every single step, explain what I do, why I do, where I do it, and what you should be doing in your games. I'm a challenger player on the EU West server. I'm currently top 10 on the EU West ladder, 1,396 LP challenger, and we're grinding for rank 1. But now I'm helping you on your listen. Enjoy, guys. I wish you the best. Good luck in your games. We're gonna hop right into the game.
My blade is yours.
Now we are in the champion select. Just a few tips here real quick. The champion you ban should always be the champion you dislike the most. And there also needs to be a certain pick rate in that elo. That means if you, for example, hate Akshan, it's the worst champion you can possibly deal with, right? You don't need to ban it immediately, because you should be banning what is also picked very often. So if there's not a lot of actions in your game, you should also not ban it. Again, ban a champion you dislike and has a decent pick rate, and at the best is also the same at your role. Because we take a Leona. Leona is annoying, but you don't match her the entire time. And your team can counter the Leona, so that's not necessarily what you need to do. So for the pick order, you do not want to pick immediately, but you do want to give your mid lane and your top lane a counter pick. In this situation, Akali didn't want to have the counter pick, so she picked already. Now we are totally fine to pick. We also see the enemy jungler. Here, Lee Sin is totally fine, and now the best pick order is therefore second or third. For the runes, the best rune page is this right here. You can also take flat health when you want to play more aggressively early game. You can take Legend Haste if you want to, also totally fine. You can take Coup de Gras. A lot of pro players take Coup de Gras. I think Cutdown is by far better than Lee Sin, and I don't understand why others even do take Coup de Gras. Even Last Stand is optional, but as I said, Cutdown is just better because of your Q engage, and when enemies have half HP, you should have enough damage to kill them most of the times anyways. There are also some very aggressive players taking Sudden Impact and Relentless, which is also totally fine to take. I do want to say that like having these boots is insanely huge for Lee Sin, because you want to have Eclipse and Sandra Sky as fast as possible, and at the same time, Cosmic Insight is one of the best things you can possibly have on Lee Sin as well. Alright, that's all about the champion select. We are perfectly getting in time for the game anyways right now. Alright, we are now inside of the game. And on Lee Sin, you probably know, but I'm just gonna say, you always have the ward. You're never gonna take Sweeper, not once, not even in consideration. Having ward and the possibility to ward jump is as decisive for Lee Sin. Backwards covers here. Nobody covers bot side. I'm just cover mid lane. We don't need to put a ward, and I don't want to put a ward on Lee Sin, because we want to have the possibility to ward jump later. He did put a ward right now. On other junglers, you can even consider to get Sweeper in that sense. This is around Emerald, Platinum, Elo. I think this Irelia is Emerald, and a lot of others are Platinum here. We don't want to show on the ward. And at best, like, we can start chickens with E. I'm just gonna start my wrap up now. My Q has 10 seconds cooldown. My Q has 10. This has... yeah, this has 6 seconds cooldown, so this is to use this is better because we want to mainly play with our passive, like getting all these extra auto attacks in. Always try to have both auto attacks getting in. We want to smite this as well. Just gonna start the kiting. I haven't played the Sin lot myself. But I'm gonna show, like, first of all, how you should be playing it in these fights, what you should be doing mechanically in general, and also how you can climb out of lower E. Okay, you always want to have the passive proc. I had it 1 second that I didn't have my passive proc. Here, you just want to let it burn. One more auto attack and everything should burn here. Totally fine. Actually doing a very sneaky cheese, my team. We're just gonna take the big one. We also want to Q the big one. We're gonna only once attack the small one so they start burning. And now we only take the big one and it should be enough for the burn. One more attack. Everything should burn. Perfect. So can we do a mid lane play? Now, level 3. We want to go for a play already. Just shield. Don't use your Q. Don't use your Q. Don't use your Q. We are waiting. And that's the thing. I'm not using my Q. I'm giving my team time. You see, this spacing is exactly what you need to do in your games. The chance we die is very low. We don't Q. We don't Q. And that's what I want to teach you guys. If I Q'd in, there was a high chance I end up dying. I'm going to ward here because I know Warwick players. Like, Warwick players are crazy in the brain, right? He's going to try to hunt me. Okay. I think I have enough damage to burst this with my smite too. We do want to go for a fight, but do you see, like, I'm never gonna give this Warwick a chance to kill me. I'm just gonna have a lot of respect. You see, now he's in my top side jungle. I'm gonna respect it and go bot side crap. Technically speaking, I'm strong enough to fight this. Poppy can come, we can kill them, we win this easily, very easily. But I'm not gonna do so because I want to show you different aspects of the game. We are ahead in CS, we're doing fine. I cannot gank bot lane because we don't have a support there. Very interesting how they played. Okay. He has blue buff. He most likely has. Oh, he did his blue buff in my blue buff. My bad. He did mid lane scuttle. Maybe I find a mid lane play here. So as the Sin again, we want to have a lot of... an auto attack, W, then use my E. Not using my Q again because it's the only skill ability I'm doing. I'm just not gonna use it. You see how easy I'm playing? Wait until the fear comes in. Now I W. Now I Q because the Q hits at a 100%. So even though... Now I'm going to help the Akali push because she pinged. If she didn't ping me, I would have also respected it. I'm going to do a little trick here. Just wanted to make sure that the wave crashes. Need to be a bit careful because Warwick W could hunt me down right now. I want to take enemy chickens, then find a reset right now. This is my goal. Gonna smite this. Top scuttle is most likely down. Now I'm just gonna reset, then going Crux into chickens again, and then I want to go for another play. The wave crashed. Akali is in a beautiful position, most likely also gonna be my win condition in this game. We have an insane reset. If you can buy a control ward too, it gives you another chance for a ward jump. In this position, we have enough wards for a ward jump. We usually need 1 or 2 anyway, so not more than that. Okay. So as Lee Sin, you don't want to power farm, as I do it with a lot of other junglers. You don't want to do this. You want to take 1 or 2 camps, go for play, another 1 or 2 camps, and that's kind of the way you play it. That's how you can envision it. Be careful, though, that you don't go for play, skipping camps. That means, for example, going mid lane right now, instantly do 2 chickens into mid lane play would be a mistake, because then you're actively skipping camps. You're not farming, but you're intentionally not taking anything. And that's a mistake. So far, the game looks totally fine. I'm gonna check mid lane again. Now I did my chickens. Now I can go for play. My Crux are also cleared, so I'm not very behind in CS. We never skip the camps. I saw it multiple times. They skip the camps for play because they see it coming, but you don't. You're gonna walk up, W the Akali, do auto attacks again. You can say that this Irelia is hardcore inting, but she's not. She's just trying to play the game. Like, she is doing a big mistakes, but she has to fight at one point. Like, the wave is pushing towards us. Now Warwick ganks mid lane. I'm gonna try to help him again. I'm just gonna W the Akali. Very simple. Not throw my Q. I'm not throwing my Q. I'm trying to show in very simple ways. Akali should just back off here. I'm gonna take one grubby there. If Warwick wants to go for the dragon, that's fine. Why? Because I don't want a 1v1. Warwick is kind of hungry for the kill here. I see him on the map, and I also see the Irelia, so I'm not really scared. Okay, Akali greeted for it. I'm gonna use my smite because I have 2 smites coming up. He's resetting. We see him on the map. Warwick has a small mistake of showing on the map where he resets, so it's very easy for me to judge what I'm gonna do next. Without my ult, I'm not insanely strong. So level 5 is like kind of a weakness for Lee Sin. So by that time, you try to get your level 6 back up. Okay. Now I'm level 6. Maybe I find a mid lane play with the movement speed. Now I'm skipping my top side camps. Basically, I'm not wasting time. It's not inefficient not taking them. It would be more of a farming playstyle. Irelia has to push further. Like, keep in mind, this is an Emerald Irelia. She's not complete garbage, right? I'm not using my Q unless I need to. Now you see, I drop low in HP. That is why I use my ult. If I didn't drop low in HP, I would have just... I can also throw my Q and flip it here a little bit, but I'm just gonna make sure I'm not dying. In other fights, what people are doing... I'm gonna buy this. I cannot buy boots. I'm gonna buy control ward now. As I said, we're gonna go to our red buff. Our Crux chickens are gonna respawn, and then we see what we're gonna do. We want to play for Akali. Bot lane is nothing happening, and top lane is also not that much happening right now because it's more of a farming game. But now I have a priority to go for, which will be the Akali. Okay. So, mostly since, as I said in the example in the beginning, in the intro, was that they start with the ult. You don't start with the ult. The ult is kind of like an tool to always be safe. I'm not throwing my Q. Not yet. Gonna use the slow. Now I missed my Q. I need... Okay, I didn't have my ult. It was way too aggressive. The one time I missed my Q, I'm immediately dead. Wing in was already too deep. It was already too deep. I didn't respect the Warwick damage too much. That was totally my bad. And as well, going for the play is not something I do want to do. Goal should have been macro-wise, and then it's also easier to climb. Like, this mistake I just did, you guys probably have in your games a lot. Like, it's good after all, because now we see, like, I'm pretty sure you guys have experienced this situation as well. Better would have been to give the dragon, give the bot lane prio, just take my bot side camps. That means Crux, wrap of and chickens. And with that, what is this Crux walked into? He did my wrap off as well. We give the dragon. I don't have ult yet. Nami is coming here. Poppy is top side. We have to give the dragon because we don't have any top lane control here. We're probably just gonna play for the next grubbies too. Yeah, I'm not strong enough to fight this because Poppy is not here. I have some respect. Now we did our camps. There's no play on the map, so now we take all the camps, and then we want to utilize having ult again. Okay? We can fight for the grubbies. We can also look for a play if we find something with numbers advantage. We are in a winning position, and we should play for the Akali. Keep in mind that Akali is pretty behind in CS. Okay, looking totally fine. I'm just gonna use all my abilities, use my passive permanently. Don't make the mistake of not utilizing having always these 2 extra auto attacks. So don't use all your abilities at once, basically. That did not hit. Very well done from the Akali. She's fat, using her items correctly. I think I can try to find a top lane play. Now I did my camps. Now I can try to find something. Pantheon does have ult. I'm just gonna walk up, see what the Joker of the Joker is going for a ward. We see Nami bot lane. We see Irelia dead. So we saw 4 people on the map. I can try to go for an invade on the wall. We need to have some sort of respect. I played a little bit. So I'm just gonna take the chickens first. I can also put a ward in here. We see Warwick bot side ganking mid lane. Can we help her? I'm gonna try to help her. Pantheon is also ulting mid lane. I'm gonna start with Wing the Akali. Okay. Totally fine. My Qs are completely disgusting. What am I doing here? I can ward jump and then just try to throw a Q right now. Brother, what is going on with my Qs these days? Third time the charm, all I'm saying. He did her spot side camps. We want to go grubbies. We also have control over grubbies, so we're gonna want to go for this. Not my best game. I'm playing pretty poorly. Did a lot of mechanical mistakes. This bot lane play and also missing some Qs, which shouldn't happen. We just say that the Warwick has Michael Jackson boots, okay? It's fine. It's fine. Having all these 6 grubbies will be actually pretty huge. Why? Because we are the one to see. Like, we are ahead. Especially when we are ahead, 6 grubbies are massive. We can get all the T2s pretty quickly with that. We want to play for the Kali. Keep in mind, we see Warwick top end. I'm gonna walk top side towards Kali because Warwick is trying to go for a fight. Okay, that could be good. I still have my ult. I'm gonna ult him early because of his E, and I don't want his E to pop. We had numbers advantage. I was not in danger to die, but I do not want to get hit by the Warwick fear. That could become dangerous, basically. So blocking his ability is the thing I care about. Always in fights, try to look at core abilities. Core ability here is Warwick E. Without Warwick E, he doesn't really have much besides just auto attacks and pure damage, right? Resetting, I have 2000 gold. Fantastic. We don't want to go for the boots finished. Win rate wise, it's the best to go Sandra Sky first. Now we path through mid lane. Why do I not path bot side right now? Because, I mean, the tower is pretty low and I can defend first blood tower too. Because we want to go for fights since we are so far ahead. That's very simple. We want to go for fights. We're very ahead. We want to utilize our lead. I'm gonna push further here. Okay, Irelia Smith. I'm start with the W and the Poppy. Walk up. Do some auto attacks. I can throw my Q as well, but it's I just the thing is if you never throw your Q, the advantage you have is that the enemies need to respect you having Q. That's by the way in high elo for me a bit of a problem if I play against a lot of these sins. That the enemies always have the opportunity to use their Q and I need to respect it and play differently because of that. Okay, I need to ward jump out of here. Insane movement from this Warwick. I don't want to fight too much. I do have my ult and we have numbers advantage so we can play slow. You see, I do have my ult. Need to be careful that he doesn't 100 to 0 me right now and I just want to get back to my camps. Alright, Akali is doing pretty fine. Need to be a little bit careful of Warwick. So I walked in a way where I do have vision if he's gonna come for me. I'm gonna path mid lane because I'm a little bit too scared from the wall. We're gonna ult Q the Rapper, so I get it. I used basically my ult to secure the Rapper. We also know that Warwick is bot side, so I don't want to be too much bot side. There's Dragon gonna come up. I think I'm gonna do Grumpy. Probably have to give Dragon because we don't have control over bot side right now. We have more kills, so what we should be doing is we should try to find fights in even numbers or of course in advantage numbers and with that start to get control over the map because right now the enemies have way more control over the map even though we are stronger. Akali has ult. We don't have numbers advantage. Warwick is missing. We see 2 people that are dead so I can just start walking up. Okay, Warwick has no ability. He's gonna W the Akali instantly. Use my E. Don't use my Q yet. I needed to use my Q, was the only ability to get out. And here I'm just gonna ward jump out of it. Need to use my flash, Q again, and then Q. Ooh. Was almost get hit by the Nami stuff. I'm just gonna walk up and do my E, auto attack to the minion to have to get a slow off. Doesn't work properly. Maybe we find some engage. Velkot is also here try to hit my Q. Most likely not gonna hit, but it's totally fine. And now we can walk towards Dragon. Warwick W is on me, so he tries to contest this for sure. But I have my team. Brand is still dead. They're very slow to contest it in general, besides Warwick. Help me on Drake. Warwick coming. I should be actually in time to get this. The W is also gone. Yeah, I'm way too quick. I'm way too quick, dealing way too much damage because we're way too far ahead already. Now, reset. We have 2.3k gold. The next camp on the surrounding is pretty far. Ali does not have ult. I'm just gonna danger ping this for now, but I do want her to play the way she wants to. We want to go steel caps here for sure. Steel caps, and I'm just gonna buy a little bit magic assist because we're gonna need some magic assist too. I think against the brand deals a lot of damage. Took off the some AP damage, but the reason I want to go magic assist is because the only one being fed is the brand, which leads to the others that are not fed don't deal that much damage. This play is already over. Now we don't fight stupidly over the Herald. We don't need to fight. We could technically also give it. But I do want to defend the top lane tower. Nobody nearby. They are both bot. So I'm going to give the Herald. It's too risky. I'm just going to take the tower here. Take the minions here to defend the tower. Very slow. Very slow. Yeah. I have respect. Walking up on him. Now I can do the insect trick here if you want to. If it's too mechanical, you don't need to, of course. Like, you can also just Q a little bit and save your ward to disengage jump if the Warwick is gonna come. Warwick is on Herald and is gonna get it in a second. I'm intentionally not trying to contest it because we don't have vision over topside area and my entire team is not here. Keep in mind, you will climb massively in elo if you are making sure you're just not dying stupidly. And you're not dying stupidly if you respect enemies' position and fog of war. As you can see, enemies had Nami and Warwick and Brand nearby. So what if I actually try to face check without a ward jump, without ult, without flash? The risk of me dying is pretty high. And what happens if I give a massive shutdown to the enemies and I'm dead for a very long period of time? Within the time I'm not able to farm or take anything off the map. It's very... Let's just say it this way. It's very inefficient is probably the right word, and also inconsistent for your long-term growth and climb. Like, I played this game like absolute garbage. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably one of the worst Sin games I've played. But I'm totally fine, just because I didn't face check this bush. So we don't need to learn that this is a mechanical thing, of course. We need to improve mechanically and then the games will be very easy. But also the way how I play these fights. Like, I never start off with shooting my Q. I just start off with just Wing my team, pressing E and auto attack, and then we start to look at it a little bit. Like, do I want to ward jump? Do I want to use my Q later? Do you want to use my ult maybe? Now, the reason why I ping so much is that my team starts to group mid lane. Right now, this is gonna be turned out to a fight, and we always win the fight if it is numbers advantage. You see? 2v2, numbers even, numbers advantage or numbers even, we win. This is a 1v2, so they lose. And that's exactly how you can play with advantage. Here, I'm just gonna defend the Velkots. Now I'm gonna be very careful with engaging it. Like, I could just engage and probably kill them if I ward jump and I go for the Nami and I sneak in here a little bit. I will show you, like, here. He does the last auto attack. I W this. He tries to sidestep my Q. I'm not even throwing my Q. I get stunned. Now I'm gonna engage this way. But you see, I'm almost dying here, and that's the point why I didn't want to go for this. Like, I could mechanically outplay this Nami. I'm good enough to do so, and this Brand, and I would maybe even kill both of them. But that's exactly the play you shouldn't be taking, and leads to people Lee Sin having D tier and lower elo. That's legit the only reason Lee Sin has D tier and lower elo, because if I was playing a champ like a Mumu, you would not go for this. If you play a Mumu, you on by nature, you are grouped up with your team and trying to Q and ult with your team. With Lee Sin, that's not the true nature. With Lee Sin, you feel like you are like legitimately a ninja monk who just goes by and does these crazy mechanical outplays. That's exactly what gives you the adrenaline and the energy, which is fine. But I personally think that you can have the adrenaline, the energy, and also win the game and therefore enjoy the game even further. And that describes it really well. You know what's funny? Actually, very funny. And actually very interesting. The only reason my team dies there is because I'm not there. And the only reason I'm not there is because I went for a play. Isn't it hilarious? Like, imagine I was not going for this Nami play and I would just reset and then go with my team. They would all be in a very fine position. Okay, we're gonna start off taking the scuttle. You see, I'm not ganking mid lane. Why? Because we don't have numbers advantage. I'm gonna try to break it down in simple concept. Okay, we see Irelia's resetting. This is even fight and we are fed. So I can just go for it. You see, I'm gonna play slow. Ward jump, Q auto attack, ult. I should have waited for my Q to be up, by the way. That would have been way better. You see, now she has a chance to disengage. It was terrible by me that I used my ult already so early, you know. Now we don't know where the enemies is, so this chase is fine because we're so strong and I have my disengage anytime. We want to fight for Dragon. We will have numbers advantage if we play this. So the mistake I did was that not the ward jump into ult wasn't bad. It was only not good because I did not have my Q up. It was still on 1 second cooldown and I couldn't insta Q. If you have Q up, you can ward jump, auto attack, ult Q, Q, auto attack E, and she will always die from that. And there's absolutely zero counterplay to that. Okay, now, by the way, one more tip I can give you, not Lee Sin related, is a general jungle tip you can take on your way. If you're ahead, don't get ego in the game. You can play confidently, strong. The ego aspect comes when you start to take fights where enemies are outnumbering you. That means if you are now 3v5ing them, we will be killing them. But the odds of us killing them is below 70%. And in a game where we have 33 kills, it should always be precisely 100%. And that's the reason why Smurfs, me included, if we want to have consistently at precisely 100% win rate, just because of the safety in our gameplay. Like here walking backwards, this is all the safety. Now I was already too deep. Ward jumping, I always have my ward jump ready for that. The chance I die is 0. It's still 0. This is now getting very out of hand and risky. I'm jumping in. The moment his fear is over, the chance I die again 0. Brand is coming. I dip out. We see 2 people are dead. So now we see all 3 here. We're not going for the play. I'm going to check when I have my item. Gonna be Sterix here in this position. Doesn't need to be Sterix. I can also just go some armor item. Would probably be better. I have this magic resist just so Brand doesn't really deal a lot of damage. Like having a little bit magic resist is already huge. But I think build-wise I can do it a little bit better here. Okay, we don't want to go for this. You're not Wing the Velkots and you're not queuing the Irelia right now. You are not. You want to go for enemy red buff. Warwick is dead. And play with your team. Your team is pushing the sides. You're gonna cover them. This entire play here mid lane is terrible. We could have tried to cover the Velkots, but it just leads to a play where enemies are now numbering us. You see, enemies are respecting us now. Very well done from them. I'm gonna make sure I protect the Akali. This was already too deep from me on my end here. See, it starts to get very dangerous. I should not have used my ult that early. That was one mistake I did. Gonna Q back it. You see, this is exactly the way how we can lose the game. Is the numbers advantage the enemies had here. And it wasn't like played terribly from me, right? Oh, hello. What a complete giga chat, I have to say. Which Irelia flashes to the Baron pit to cue it in. Like, that was actually chat. That was a pure chat. Like, crazy. Well played, Irelia. It wasn't smart, of course, but it was a nice try. And you see how she tries way too hard being mechanical? Isn't it the same here? Funny. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna take the Grump. We have enough gold to reset, and I'm gonna reset so I'm in close to the Akali. I'm gonna cover her bot lane. We don't need to go for the Baron. We can also go Dragon into Baron. We have all the design. We should go top lane T2, not bot lane. So actually going bot lane is a mistake. I'm gonna bomb buy. I can't buy this anymore. What do I buy? What is the best? Probably just pickaxe, then we see what we buy from there. Perfect reset. The Death Stance is not too bad, having some armor. I think I'll go Death Stance, and then I'm gonna buy the last magic resist item. Like Brand could have become a bigger problem, and then I would have bought magic resist earlier. But he's not really a big problem anymore. He's not getting too fat like he needed to stop, like to get back into the game. So I'm gonna buy Spirit Visage afterwards and have way too much healing for them to play that. She loses mages again. Now this is a very interesting position how to win from the mid lane game. Okay, mid game. You group with the team, you try to find catches. If the enemies are not dying stupidly, you can't get Baron and you can't see. You're gonna have respect and just not do the Baron, even though Baron is very, very free, let's say. I'm just gonna start it. My team is not following, which is totally fine. I'm gonna probably just then go out and go with my team. That would be a perfect example describing it. I'm not gonna be arrogant staying on that Baron, yeah? Now, we want to play for Dragon because these fights are gonna be very extended. Out of the Q on the... This is a very interesting... I probably have to get out here. Gonna use... I don't need to play... I'm not gonna play it, actually. I can outplay them easily, but I don't think I should be doing it. Because the problem with outplaying them is the game gets way too easy, and I still want it to be a challenge and explain to you how you should be playing it. We take the ward here. We save our W for now. We check if chickens are up. Play Dragon. Like, I could have probably killed them very easy, but I don't want to do this right now. Let's group, guys. We are way stronger. Play Dragon into Baron. Please follow me. I'm just gonna try to communicate as good as possible. Want to get visions? I'm just gonna walk through, being the walking ward. I don't want to give this Dragon. Dragon is a huge win condition we have. I'm gonna just auto attack QW out. Very simple. We want to walk towards the the dragon. I'm gonna take the plant here. I do not want to give the dragon. Now we are grouped. Try to protect their Kali here. She's again alone. Hey, need to play it very carefully. Oh, found an engage. I hit one Q, totally fine. Just gonna walk up. Don't hit your Q. She's trying to sidestep it anyways. Wait with the Q until she's at the wall. We go with the team. We're not using our ult. Unless we need to. I missed my Q. Big mistake. I'm probably just gonna W this guy so he can't eat him. Okay, now we're gonna go for the dragon. Oh, gonna let them all burn. We're gonna go for the dragon and we want to play for Baron. Like in the fights, you can say it was pretty mechanical, but what you need to do is just like save your ult and until it's necessary, until like the team really needs it. Only save the ones that are in need to help. Like you don't really care about the Poppy too much. The lethality Poppy, what is this shit even, you know? You care about the Akali. I wasn't there with her earlier, which I probably can improve on that. I'm gonna put a ward in there. Play top T2 and Baron, please. I'm trying my best to communicate it properly. I have a good reset. I have distance too, so I'm gonna go for the reset real quick. W the Pantheon and immediately back. Oh, he's trying to stop us. Okay, totally fine. Stay group. Please group. You see, you probably notice and experience the same thing. In Emerald, Platinum, like in general, people in low elo don't listen to you. You see, this Akali is legit just running it down, right? That's full win trade. 1-for-1 for a Nami. What is this even, right? But you should still communicate because there will be a lot of games, and I had a lot of games where they do follow you. And then, so basically you increase the chance of winning by communicating well. We want to stop this Cho'Gath's reset, honestly. Okay, we want to kill this guy now because we have all our teams here. Vel'Koz should not be pushing further. We want to kill the Cho'Gath and with that get Baron. If our team keeps fooling around, trolling completely, then we have to play for soul. We need to get the top lane T2. That's our goal. So I'm going to take the wave. The wave is going to die here and then push further. Vel'Koz is alone. I'm going to try to help this guy. On my way. We want to fight because Cho'Gath is dead. And now our team is grouped. So I want to use that our team is grouped and go for a fight. So the enemies will go for it too because they're like, I don't know what's going on here. I cannot go in. I cannot go in. Akali also. They went. Oh, gotta be careful here. Probably have to ult this Warwick. Okay, I had to do this. I had to do this. Why do we win this? Oh, because our win condition is finally playing the game. So fun. Oh my god. Okay, we want to go for Baron. We don't have a good Baron though. Like a good Baron. Like we don't have good damage for the Baron. I think I'm just gonna reset it to 10 bot. ZP, okay, that's really good. We want to fight. We want to fight. We have numbers advantage. That's really good for us. W the Vel'Koz. Just E when she's close. Again, you don't need to throw your Q. Pushing this is absolute time waste. Now, as you can see, my team is just not playing for Baron and I'm Lee Sin. I cannot do Baron myself. Can we finally do Baron? I'm trying. That was the last try I probably have because now I just noticed myself it's legitimately pointless. We are not getting the Baron. Why is Poppy pushing bot lane? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. I'm getting Rapper for the entire team. What is the last item I'm gonna buy? Spirit Visage, and with that I will be absolutely unkillable. We're just gonna play for Dragon now. I think Baron is too late. We can still stay grouped and win any team fight, but Baron is too late. Unless we're getting an ace here. We need to get top lane T2. I'm gonna help this with my team. Like, okay, my entire team is trolling, but we need to know how to win. That's I think decisive. We want to get Baron, which would be the best. I'm gonna kill this guy. Because I see Warwick bot lane, I see Brand is dead. Use my Q in melee range, so it hits the highest chance. Wait with using my second Q in a very long time. Yeah, our goal is to push mid lane now. We see... I'm gonna go get bot and inhibitor at that time, then we just play Dragon, I think. Does hit. Try to walk away. Do not, like, try to dodge the Nami bubble. All these things come with a lot of champion mastery too. So we're gonna take the wave here. Our team is doing finally some work. Get the top mid lane inhibitor too. From my Q like this. The enemies are not able to play because they don't have damage. They don't have enough damage to kill anyone because we didn't give them any stupid kills. Besides that one play we did, we all disengage. We play Dragon. Dragon. Go as 5, please. And then reset into Baron. The only mistake I did was a mistake where I was simply unfocused. And if you stay focused, you will not have this one mistake. I want you to have 17, 0, 13. Perfectly Sin game conquering. Okay? Take this. Vel'Koz takes it away. We're not pinging him. We're not childish. All fine. Okay, whiff solve the entire game should be so easy to play. We have 2 inhibs. We should get Baron into top lane. Let's see if our team does. If they don't, then I'm gonna push top lane myself, which is extremely stupid as the Sin, but needed. And I can't. I have no words for this macro. I have absolutely no words for this macro. My tip for you. Because I see this, I heard this a lot of time. What do you do in this shit? Like, I had coaching clients who told me, like, what do we even do when they all troll around? Let me tell you, this does happen, but there's a lot of games where the quality is good in Emerald 2. This is one of the games where it's just a full fiesta fight. But again, there are games where the macro is good too. So don't just lose hope of this elo, I would say. And if you will perform well, you will get out of it. The goal is just to get better. Try to communicate as much as you can. Accept that there will be a percentage of the games where the entire team just doesn't play the game, like here, macro-wise speaking. And I think you will be fine to go. I'm gonna ward over the wall just because Warwick could come. We finish the Baron here. Then we should just siege top lane. Like, best macro-wise would be 1 mid lane to push it in, and then we all top lane. I'm gonna say 5-man top lane that everybody paths top. Please, 5-man top lane. The dragon answers. Team is having a lot of fun. Oh my god, Irelia is having 20 deaths. Ah, that's so insane. But there's also nothing she can do against my champ. Like, I just walk up, auto tackle, the alert. The problem is that she's against melee. Like, I am melee. She's melee and she has to walk up in melee range to fight me. And I can just kick her anytime I want to then. We need to be very careful of brand damage. It's really scary. Actually really scary. Why did we lose this? Because enemies had numbers advantage. And we ran into the... brand double. Okay, I'm gonna try to play this. Get my Sandro Sky proc. I wanna get more Sandro Sky proc. I'm gonna walk play slow. Probably gonna ult the Cho'Gath here away. Get Sandro Fry proc here, Sandro Fry proc there. W this bush, Sandro Fry proc on this way. Try to sidestep this, get my old movement speed. Q the Cho'Gath, W Sandro Sky proc again. Kite out, play slow. Missed my Q here. My Q was a bit of a mistake. You see, now I can't Q the Nami just because I used my Q. Sky proc here. I can't move at all against the champs. I played it pretty poorly mechanically afterwards. It was all fine, but me queuing the brand here was a mistake I did. And then I also needed to get out. Actually insane how much damage Brand was dealing there. Absolutely insane. And that was only because we didn't have the mid lane push in. Like how we should be doing is that someone pushes the mid lane in and then we all rotate together for top lane tower. Would have been way better. Okay, I'm gonna start off with taking Rapper first and then we're gonna group together. I think I will be the one getting the mid lane push in. Why top lane? Yeah, because we need this top lane T3. We need to siege further. Top lane T3. That. We We need to group. Now I don't have flash and Brand is a big problem. It's not even gonna be that easy to play. Like Scout Soul is the best soul in the game. But for Vel'Koz it's useless. For me it's not that important. But that could be really good because we are already grouped. Oh, the Brand damage is absolutely insane. Brand damage is absolutely crazy. He's actually killing us all. I don't have Black Cleaver, so I can't really fight him. Just need to be aware of Brand. I'm gonna try to play this. Same problem and now lose. We need to find a way to kill this Brand, but he also has Zonya. Krogoth can eat it too. Believe it. We're getting into this position. I need Black Cleaver. I'm gonna sell my Steraks for Black Cleaver. I need to be able to kill them somehow. Need to find a way to kill Brand. He's the only problem in this. I'll try to find an intake. Now we're gonna end it. I don't care. We're gonna end the game. End the game. We can.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I must save discipline.
Can only get Baron.
Waste not of it.
What the fuck is Vel'Koz doing?
I will master the dragon spirit or die.
What the fuck is this game, man? Just get me out at this point. I've explained enough. I've seen enough. Emerald Platinum Milo is crazy. The Baron reset.
My training left more scars than any battle.
Oh.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Ally has been slain.
The dragon blade
Ally has been slain. Your inhibitor is respawning soon. The enemy has been slain.
Oh, the fight of the Titans, guys, begins.
Your inhibitor has respawned. Ally has been slain.
Be careful that the choker doesn't eat me alive.
their heart beats quicker.
Please get out of this game, man. I cannot do this any longer. I played this game so shit. It's insane. Fine. We all have those games, guys. We all have those games. Nah, it's not GG. I can't type GG at this point.
Victory!
Yeah, I need a break after this one. I feel you now all. We all gotta take a break.